The night side of Saturn drifted in silence, a giant shadow of rings and ice. Far beyond its pale glow floated Outpost Kepler 9, a lonely listening station no bigger than a freight ship. Its antennas turned slowly, drinking in the endless noise of the universe. Most nights were empty and cold, filled only with the soft hum of machinery and the hiss of distant stars. Inside the control room, Dr. Lena Carter rubbed her eyes and stared at the data screen. Numbers ran like rain down the display. She had been on duty for 12 straight hours. Nothing unusual. Nothing ever was. A soft chime broke the quiet. Lena sat up. "What is that?" she whispered. The monitor flashed incoming pulse detected. At first she thought it was another dead satellite or the usual cosmic background. But the rhythm was too neat, like a heartbeat. Beep, pause, beep, pause. Each gap the same length. Her partner on shift, technician Ravi Singh, wheeled his chair closer. "Solar flare?" he guessed. Lena shook her head. "Too regular, too clean." The signal repeated again, low and deep, like a drum struck in the dark. Outpost sensors locked onto a direction far outside the solar system, roughly 4 light-years away near a dim red star. "Record everything," Lena ordered. Her voice trembled. Minutes passed. The pulse grew stronger, folding into layers as if hidden notes were buried inside. Then the station's software began to decode patterns it did not understand. Shapes formed across the display, sweeping curves, coastlines, blue masses. Ravi leaned closer, eyes wide. "That looks like Earth," it was, but not as they knew it. The map showed oceans wider, continents twisted in strange shapes. Old Earth, millions of years before humans. Lena's skin prickled. 12 million years ago, she breathed. The data tags matched ancient geological records exactly. Whoever sent this knew the planet's ancient face better than any scientist alive. The signal kept drawing. Line after line, ridges of seabed, long-dead rivers, deep trenches that no satellite had ever measured. Ravi swallowed hard. "How can a star send us a map of our own planet's past?" No one answered. The room filled with the quiet rush of machines. Hours later, the crew gathered in the command bay. Their leader, Captain Ortega, watched the map grow across a wall of screens. "Could be a trick of the instruments," he said, though doubt crept into his voice. "Or an echo from some probe." Lena met his eyes. "Captain, there's intelligence in this. Someone is telling us something." The signal shifted again. Tiny coordinates flashed at the bottom corner of the map. Locations across Earth. Deep ocean trenches, deserts, mountain peaks. All remote, all untouched by modern humans. "Are these instructions?" Ravi asked. Before anyone could answer, the pulse stopped. The room fell silent. Machines still hummed, but the signal, so strong a moment before, was gone. Lena's heart pounded. No, she muttered, tapping the controls. "Come back." Then every speaker in the station gave a sudden low thump. Once. Twice. A sound rolled through the walls, heavy and alive. Not static, not a digital ping, it was unmistakable. A human heartbeat, deep, slow, real. Everyone froze. The sound filled the chamber, steady as if a giant heart beat somewhere in the void. Captain Ortega's face went pale. "Is that us?" Lena's mind raced. A heartbeat could not travel through space like this. Yet here it was, pulsing through every channel, each beat matching her own. The lights flickered. Instruments spiked. The station seemed to breathe with the rhythm. Ravi whispered, "It's calling to us." Lena felt it too. An odd pull in her chest, as if the signal had always known her, like a memory she could not name. For a moment she imagined Earth itself was reaching across time, touching her heart from millions of years away. Then, as suddenly as it began, the sound stopped. Silence returned. Screens went black. A single line of text blinked across the central console, letters plain and bright. "We remember." No one spoke. The stars beyond the window shone cold and endless, but Lena felt something vast staring back. Whoever sent the message knew Earth's deepest past, and they knew humans. Far beyond Saturn's rings in the endless dark, something or someone had knocked on humanity's door, and the door was now open. The next morning, the sun rose over a nervous Earth. Every major news network replayed the strange broadcast, a heartbeat from the edge of space, and the words we remember. In the listening station near Saturn, Dr. Lena Carter had barely slept. She sat in the dim control room staring at silent screens. No more signals had come. The emptiness felt heavier than the message itself. Ravi entered with 2 steaming mugs. Still nothing? Nothing, Lena said. It's like they spoke and then disappeared. They? Ravi asked. Lena didn't answer. She didn't need to. 2 days later, alarm shattered the quiet. Radar officers at Earth's lunar base reported unknown objects entering the solar system. Fast, silent, and huge. Within hours, telescopes confirmed 5 vessels sliding past Neptune. They were shaped like black teardrops, each the size of a city block. No heat trail, no radio chatter. World governments went into emergency session. The United Nations broadcast a single order: remain calm. Lena watched the feeds with a racing heart. The ships slowed as they neared Saturn, their dark surfaces glinting against the rings. Then they stopped, completely still as if anchored in space. A low tremor passed through the Kepler 9 station. Ravi gripped the edge of the console. Are they scanning us? Lena's screen blinked. New data streamed in, precise coordinates of Earth's orbit written in the same code as the original pulse. They know exactly where we are, she whispered. Hours turned into a full day. The 5 vessels drifted silently, neither attacking nor answering the countless messages beamed toward them. Finally, a soft chime filled every channel. Not static, a voice had spoken clear, calm English. Children of the cosmos, do not fear. We come to guide you. The message repeated in dozens of human languages. Captain Ortega, now in command of a small defense flotilla, opened a live channel. Identify yourselves. The reply came at once. We are the Sarathi. We greet the young ones of Earth. The world shivered at that word. Young. Across the planet, people gathered in streets, on rooftops, by radios and screens. Some prayed. Some cheered. Others locked their doors. At Kepler 9, Lena leaned closer to the speaker. Why call us young? She asked, though the Sarathi might never hear her. The voice continued as if answering her thought. You stand at the dawn of knowing. We were sent to guide the new children of the galaxy. Ravi muttered. New? We've been here millions of years. The Sarathi ignored all direct questions. They transmitted only a single invitation. Prepare to meet us in the sky above your blue world. 3 nights later, the black ships glided inward, crossing the orbit of Mars. No weapons fired. No shields raised. They simply approached until they floated in high orbit above Earth. From the ground, they looked like dark moons. Cities around the world dimmed their lights as people stared upward. And yet something strange happened. Satellite images showed the ships never passed above Antarctica. Their paths curved away each time as if a hidden barrier repelled them. Lena noticed the pattern first. Why avoid the South Pole? She asked the room. No one answered, but she saw the same realization in Ravi's eyes. That night, another mystery unfolded. Ancient cave paintings, some sealed in museums, others hidden in remote valleys, began to glow. Security cameras caught the faint blue light spreading across figures drawn thousands of years earlier. Spirals, stars, human hands. Lena received a direct feed from a site in northern Australia. The symbols there matched the ocean map from the first signal. Perfectly. It's like the Earth is waking up, Ravi whispered. World leaders demanded explanations from the Sarathi. Again the calm voice spoke, but this time there was a note of warning. Do not seek the ice, it said. The elders sleep. Their memory is not for you. The message chilled every listener. Lena replayed it again and again. The elders sleep. If Earth was young, who were these elders? And why did the Sarathi, so advanced, so confident, sound afraid? The next morning, as the black ships hung silent above the clouds, a final broadcast swept the planet. It was the same heartbeat as before, slow, deep, human. But this time it came from beneath Antarctica, echoing through seismic sensors around the world. Lena's chest tightened. The sound was not from the sky. It was coming from within the Earth itself. She looked out the viewport toward the distant blue planet and whispered, What are we about to find? The heartbeat answered with a single thunderous beat that shook every sensor on Kepler 9. Something ancient was calling, and it was calling from home. Snow swept across the endless white of Antarctica. a storm so fierce it swallowed the horizon. Beneath that storm, deep under layers of ancient ice, a small convoy of tracked vehicles crawled toward a place no map had ever marked. Dr. Lena Carter sat in the lead vehicle, her breath misting the window. She had left the Saturn station only days ago, flown halfway across the world, and now rode toward a point chosen not by humans, but by the heartbeat signal itself. The Sarathi ship still floated above Earth, silent and watching. Their last message repeated in Lena's mind: do not seek the ice. But the world's leaders had ignored the warning. A secret UN mission, scientists, soldiers, and engineers, was already drilling. At Camp Argos, floodlights lit the night like a false dawn. Giant drills roared, carving a narrow shaft through 3 miles of frozen crust. Lena stepped out into the biting cold. Snow stung her cheeks like needles. Ravi joined her, goggles fogged. "It's alive down there," he said softly. She nodded. Seismic sensors had recorded the same slow heartbeat, steady as a drum far beneath the ice. Hours turned to a full day. The drill hit something hard, not rock, not ice. The bit squealed and jammed. Instruments went wild. "What is it?" The foreman shouted. The core sample came up smooth and metallic, black as night and cold as space. Lena ran a hand across it. The surface felt like stone and metal at once, but warm under her glove, as if it recognized her touch. "This is no natural formation," she said. A reinforced elevator lowered the first team. Lena insisted on joining them. The shaft opened into a massive cavern, walls glittering with frozen crystals. In the center stood a city of metal, half-buried, silent, and immense. Towers curved like frozen waves, each wall engraved with lines of light. Ravi's voice cracked through the headset. 2 million years old, at least. Maybe older. Lena shined her lamp on a wall. Symbols glowed faint blue. They were not alien letters. They were human figures, men and women in flowing suits standing among stars. She felt a jolt of recognition. These are us. The carvings told a story. Humans stepping across galaxies, seeding planets, guiding life. But the style, the technology, it was far beyond anything known. Above ground, the Sarathi ship stirred for the first time in days. Satellite feeds showed them shifting position, their dark hulls glinting. A single transmission reached the camp. "Stop. You wake the first ones. You do not understand." The message sent a ripple of fear through the team. But the UN commander, voice hard, said, "We continue." At the heart of the buried city stood a door the size of a cathedral. Smooth, seamless, carved with a single spiral, like the swirl of a galaxy. Lena approached. The air vibrated with a faint hum. Her chest matched the rhythm. Ravi scanned the surface. No hinges, no lock. Lena placed her hand on the spiral. A low tremor rolled through the cavern. Light burst from the walls, bright as lightning. "Step back," the commander shouted. The spiral glowed, brighter, brighter. Then the massive door slid open without a sound. A wave of energy burst outward. Instruments died. Radios hissed and went dark. Above, satellites blinked off one by one, leaving half the planet without communication. The Sarathi ships veered sharply, their black hulls gleaming with sudden heat. Inside the chamber, a sphere hovered 10 meters across, made of the same black metal. It pulsed like a living heart. Lena felt her mind fill with whispers, a language older than words. Images flashed, stars being born, galaxies spinning, human faces she did not know but somehow remembered. Ravi clutched his head. "Do you hear that? It's memories," Lena whispered. "Ours." The sphere brightened. Symbols of Earth appeared across its surface, oceans, mountains, and a network of glowing lines reaching beyond the solar system. A single thought pressed into Lena's mind. Awaken. Back on the surface, panic spread. Global power grids flickered. Magnetic storms danced across the skies. Governments demanded answers from the Sarathi. For the first time, the alien voice sounded shaken. "The elders rise," it said. "You must stop. They are not as you believe." But the heartbeat from the sphere only grew stronger, echoing through the ice, through the planet itself. Lena stared at the living sphere, her own pulse matching its rhythm. Somewhere deep inside, a memory stirred, something older than Earth, older than the stars above. She stepped closer, feeling the weight of countless ages pressing around her. "Who are you?" she whispered. The sphere responded with a single, resonant beat that shook the cavern like thunder. Above them, the alien ships retreated toward the edge of the atmosphere, and in the frozen dark beneath the ice, the ancient heart of humanity began to wake. The black sphere floated in the center of the cavern, its surface shining like liquid night. Dr. Lena Carter felt the cold floor tremble under her boots. The pulse from the sphere beat slow and deep, matching her own heart. Ravi stood beside her, eyes wide. "It's calling to us." The UN commander ordered more lights, but the sphere needed none. Soft blue symbols rippled across its surface, stars, spirals, long curves of light. Lena reached out. The metal was warm, almost soft. The instant her fingers touched it, the cavern exploded with color. A hologram bloomed in the air. A vast star field spread across the chamber, brighter than any telescope view. Galaxies whirled like living fire. Shapes appeared. Tall human figures in silver suits, their faces clear and unmistakably human. One figure stepped forward, eyes bright as suns. Its voice filled the air, calm and deep. "We are the first, we seeded the stars. We built the paths. One day we will return." The words were simple English, but older somehow, like an echo from before time. Ravi gasped. They're human." The hologram changed again. Images of enormous starships leaping between galaxies, planting blue-green worlds, teaching younger races how to build and dream. Lena whispered, "This isn't a message from strangers. It's a memory of us." The Sarathi ships above Earth suddenly transmitted across every open channel. Their voices trembled for the first time. "Children of the first ones, you must listen. The elders shaped us. We thought they were gone. We did not know they would awaken." Global leaders demanded answers. The Sarathi replied with a truth that silenced the world. "Our oldest myths speak of creators who walked like humans and vanished before the stars cooled. We have sought them for 1,000,000 years, and now we find them here." In the cavern, the hologram shifted again. DNA patterns glittered in midair, spirals of light, sequences of code. Ravi scanned the projection, his tablet beeping wildly. "These sequences—" He stopped, stunned. "Lena, they're identical to modern human DNA, not close, identical." The chamber seemed to breathe. The first ones, these starfaring giants, were not a different race. They were exactly human. Lena's mind swam. "We aren't the children of the galaxy," she said. "We're the parents." The thought felt impossible, yet the evidence glowed all around her. Outside, Earth itself began to react. Auroras swept the skies of every continent, green and violet ribbons twisting in patterns that matched the sphere's pulse. Magnetic sensors spiked. Oceans shifted by fractions, tides rising in places untouched by moon or wind. People across the planet reported the same strange dream. Standing among stars, looking down on a young blue Earth, the world was remembering. Back in the cavern, the hologram grew brighter. The figure of the first one raised a hand. "You are the seed in the soil. When the circle closes, you will awaken. Guide those who follow." The image flickered, then focused on Lena. She felt a warm pressure in her chest, a quiet voice inside her own thoughts. "Child of Earth, you are our echo. Remember who you are." Lena staggered. The voice was gentle but overwhelming, like hearing her own heartbeat from the birth of time. Ravi caught her arm. "Are you okay?" She nodded slowly. "It's like they're inside me. Inside all of us." Above the ice, the Sarathi ships began to move again. This time they did not approach. They withdrew, sliding toward the far side of the moon. Another message followed, urgent and short. "The elders are awake. Their design is beyond our grasp. We will not interfere." Then silence. Lena looked around the cavern. Every wall shimmered with new light. Lines of energy flowed outward into the ice, like veins carrying power through the planet itself. "We started something," Ravi said. "Or finished something," Lena replied. The great sphere pulsed once more, louder than ever. Each beat echoed through the earth, a sound heard in every ocean and mountain. The long sleep of the first ones was ending. And humanity, reborn and unaware for so long, was beginning to remember its own ancient power. Somewhere deep in her mind, Lena felt the next step waiting, bright and inevitable. A gate, a path, a return to the stars. The heartbeat from the black sphere rolled through the ice like distant thunder. Above ground, the storm had calmed, but the world itself was stirring. Every sensor on Earth registered strange changes. Magnetic fields spiked and flickered like a living compass. Tides rose and fell at the wrong times. In the night sky, faint glowing lines stretched between the stars, patterns no telescope had ever recorded. Dr. Lena Carter stood in the cavern, her breath slow and even, her heart perfectly in time with the sphere. She felt as if the planet itself breathed with her. Ravi studied the readings on his tablet. "The core of the Earth is shifting," he said, voice tight. Not a quake.
It's like
A machine starting up. The UN commander paced near the elevator shaft, radio buzzing with frantic voices from the surface. "Every capital is demanding answers," he barked. "Some leaders want us to shut this down. Others say keep it open and claim whatever power we can." The black sphere pulsed again. Symbols of light raced across the cavern walls, forming a vast network that reached deep beneath the planet's crust. Lena whispered, "This is bigger than a single nation. This is one the planet waking." Above the ice, the Sarathi ships held position near the moon. They broadcast one message only. "The circle nears completion. Choose with care." Governments argued across emergency channels. Some demanded to harness the energy. Others feared that activating the sphere might destroy the planet. World leaders voted, fought, and stalled while the heartbeat grew stronger. Deep in the cavern, a new passage opened, an archway of pure light. Inside shimmered a swirling void, black and bright at once. Ravi stepped closer and gasped. "It's a gate." A star gate. Lena felt warmth spread through her chest. She heard the quiet voice again. The same gentle tone from before. "Child of Earth, you stand at the bridge. Remember who you are. Step forward and the stars are yours." The words were not sound. They pulsed directly through her mind. The commander raised his weapon slightly. "Nobody goes through until we know what's on the other side," he warned. But his voice trembled. Even he could feel the pull. Ravi turned to Lena. "If this is real, if we made the stars once, maybe it's calling you. Maybe it needs a choice." Lena stared at the gate. Beyond its swirling surface, she saw flashes of endless galaxies, strange suns, and faint outlines of cities among nebulae, places both alien and familiar. A deep certainty filled her. Humanity had been here before. Far away, the world reacted. Children in cities across the globe awoke from the same dream, standing in a field of stars watching a blue planet spin beneath their feet. Ancient stones, pyramids, monoliths, forgotten temples began to glow with pale light. Seas calmed, winds stilled. It felt as if the entire earth held its breath, waiting for her. Ravi's voice shook. "If we close it, maybe the power stops. Maybe the planet goes back to sleep." He looked at her with wide eyes. "If we leave it open, anything could happen." Lena stepped closer to the gate. The hum of energy wrapped around her like a heartbeat she had always known. She felt no fear, only recognition. "You are the seed in the soil," the voice repeated inside her mind. "Guide those who follow." She turned to Ravi and the commander. "This isn't a weapon. It's a return. We were never the young ones. We were always the beginning." The commander lowered his weapon slowly. No one spoke. Above, the Sarathi broadcast one final time. "The elders must choose their own path. We will witness, but we will not stop you." Their ships drifted backward, giving the planet space as if bowing to something far greater. The cavern shook as the sphere reached its brightest glow. A final surge of energy rolled through the ice, across continents, through every ocean. Lights flickered worldwide, then steadied. The gate expanded, the swirl of stars growing clear and sharp as if inviting her home. Lena breathed deeply. For the first time in her life, she felt completely whole, as if every cell in her body remembered an ancient promise. She turned to Ravi. "It's time." He nodded, though fear and wonder mixed on his face. Lena stepped forward, the light wrapping around her like warm water. The last thing she heard before crossing was the voice of the first ones. "Remember who you are. Guide the younger races. The stars are yours." She took a single step and vanished into the shining void. The heartbeat of Earth followed, steady and eternal, as the gate blazed open to the infinite night. Light surrounded Dr. Lena Carter like a living river. For a heartbeat, she felt weightless, as if she were both everywhere and nowhere. Stars spun past in brilliant arcs. Galaxies unfolded like flowers of fire. Then her feet touched solid ground. She stood on a platform of black crystal beneath a violet sky. Great towers stretched toward distant suns. The air shimmered with a quiet music that seemed to come from her own heartbeat. Ravi stepped through behind her, eyes wide. Where are we? Lena turned in a slow circle. The place felt ancient but not dead. It felt like home. A voice filled the air, soft and deep. Welcome back, children of the First. Your circle is complete. Figures of light appeared. Tall human silhouettes made of countless stars. They were neither male nor female, neither young nor old. They felt familiar, like family she had never met. You slept so you could rise again, the voice said. When the galaxy was young, you walked among every star. You shaped the ones who came after, Sarathi, others long gone. But the universe needed new beginnings. So you returned to the cradle of Earth and began again, Ravi whispered. We were the elders. The star figures nodded. Images flowed through the violet sky. Humans in vast starships, guiding fledgling species, weaving networks of light across spiral arms of the galaxy. Then a great dimming, the elders choosing to forget, to sleep on the blue planet until the time was right. Lena felt memories rise inside her own mind. 1,000 skies she had never seen. The weightless joy of sailing between suns. The careful shaping of young civilizations. It was not a story. It was her story, buried in the DNA of every living human. Far away, Earth echoed the revelation. Auroras blazed brighter than ever, wrapping the planet in green and violet light. Oceans calmed, storms fell silent. People across the world heard a low hum inside their chests. The same slow heartbeat. The Sarathi ships hovered at a respectful distance, sending no more warnings, only quiet signals of awe. The figures of light spoke again. You are not children. You are the first ones reborn. Guide the galaxy as you once did. Teach, do not rule. The younger races look to you. Lena stepped forward. Why now? Why awaken us after so many ages? Because the galaxy needs hope, the voice replied. Darkness grows in places unseen. The younger species are strong, but they need a path. Your return is that light. Ravi gazed at the endless sky. Can we go back? To Earth? You never left, the voice said. Earth is part of this. You will walk both paths, star and soil. The gate will remain open. A shimmer of energy formed a bridge of light across the platform leading to a sea of stars. Lena looked at Ravi. We can bring others. We can teach them. He smiled, wonder shining in his eyes. We can begin again. Back on Earth, world leaders watched as the Antarctic gate grew brighter but stable. No explosions, no destruction, only a steady glow. Scientists everywhere received new streams of data. Clean energy patterns, advanced mathematics hidden in the heartbeat. It was a gift waiting for those who dared to learn. The Sarathi sent one final message to all frequencies. We greet our elders. We will listen and follow. Lena stepped onto the bridge. Stars opened before her like a limitless ocean. She felt the strength of 1 billion lives inside her, every ancestor, every forgotten journey. For the first time, she understood what the voice meant. Humans were not latecomers to the cosmos. They were its origin. Ravi joined her, his laughter soft with disbelief. We thought we were small. We never were, Lena said. The star figures bowed their heads. Go forth, guide with kindness. Remember who you are. The bridge pulsed once and a new pathway unfolded. A corridor of light leading to distant galaxies, ready to be explored. Lena turned back for a final look. Through the glowing arch she saw Earth, blue and bright against the black, no longer a lonely planet but the beating heart of a vast family. She whispered, We were never the young ones. We were the elders all along. The heartbeat answered, steady, eternal, carrying the truth across the universe as humanity began its second great journey among the stars.